and welcome to the screening today. So here we go. This is a Grandmaster BlitZ game between Esipenko. Esipenko, yes, from Russia, from Moscow probably, and that's Andrey, of course. Andrey, Grandmaster Andrey Esipenko, playing someone else I don't know how to pronounce probably. Grandmaster Santos, Ruiz, Miguel, in a London system BlitZ opening. So London system, European individual BlitZ chess championships in Skopje, Macedonia. So if I mispronounce anything, I probably do. Here we go, let's get underway. So I'll shut this window so you can see my beautiful king in the background, the lonely king. So we have the London system, of course, which is denoted by the first two moves, the white, d4 and bishop f4. So if you're playing Grandmaster Andrey, you know he's going to play the London system. Now what result? What happens? We've been here before. Now knight bd7, and castles and bishop g3, hg3. Now I think e5 comes, yes, e5. Takes, knight f3. Now the queen's got to go somewhere, so where would you put your queen? So we can do a little bit of flipping the board. Where would I put my queen? Where would you put your queen? Well, you can put it to a reasonable spot. So this Grandmaster played queen h5. Now what happened next? Rook e1, I think. Oh, queen a4. That's right. I missed the move. Queen a4, and after bishop g4, we have queen f4. So we'll flip the board again. Queen f4, and black now played rook e8. Yes. And here we have rook e1, I believe. Yes. And I think it's rook c8 now, yes. So it's good to try and remember how the game goes, like I've said in other instances. So now comes a wee bit of a surprising move, knight h2. So here the bishop goes back to d7. And now white played rook d1. Now the next move is h6, I think. Yep, h6. Now this gets a wee bit tricky. It's quite good what happens here. So this move h6 is quite not too bad. So h6, and now comes, was it c4? No, bishop e2. Now the queen goes to a nice posse, queen e5. So she stays in the central domain. And here he refuses queen swap. No, he doesn't. Knight f3, and the queen is offered for exchange, of course. If exchange, I'm not sure what white would play after queen f4. Probably ef4, I think. I don't know, I'm not completely sure. And then they'd have knight e5 and stuff like that. Anyway, he went queen e7. Now I think c4 is happening. Yes, it is. And here comes bishop e6. And here is what happened now, Dave? Yeah, I thought it was cd5, and here is bishop d5. I might be inclined to play knight d5, but bishop d5. And is it e4 now? No, bishop c4. Bishop c4. And now comes your move, okay? So what is good here for black? So your move, and so good on you if you found it. It wins material. Is g5. What a good move, because after knight g5, then just bishop c4, and the queen is overloaded on which piece to defend, either the knight on g5. So knight g5, and we've got bishop c4. So this is no good for white. They've just dropped a piece, even though they have some open position around the black king. So knight f3 came back, and now did the bishop go back? Did white, black has to do something about their bishop, else they're just going to lose it to queen c4. So do they go back or something else? Yes, they went bishop a2. Fischer move, a Bobby Fischer versus Boss Spassky move, taking the rook pawn with the bishop. So knight h4 coming from the strong grandmaster, who I'm very, very impressed with. Now what happened here now? Is it queen e5? Yep. And then after queen e5, white goes, I believe, queen a2, a4. And then does black play queen b2? No, bishop d5, consolidating instead of being too ridiculous. Queen a7, so gobbling up the pawns. Meanwhile, on the western front is queen b2. So the pieces are quite nicely coordinated, even though this looks like quite a damaging thought for white. So here's knight f5. Now what? Now what would you play? What would you play for black here? Guess what? The queen comes back to play on e5, and now the knight can take the pawn, can it? Can the knight take the pawn? Not really. If the knight takes the pawn, then it's going to be another piece. So this player is very, very good in winning pieces. Black would be probably met with, after knight h6, king g7, f4, queen e6, or that sort of thing, e5, knight e4, could get a bit of overload in there, sort of thing. But anyway, here comes e4. Quite an interesting move, really. Now, white gets met with knight e4, I think, or is it bishop d5? Bishop e4. It's knight e4, as I expected. Now comes knight h6, and this causes black to play king g7. And the knight can come back and attack the queen. And now we've got, what have we got now? What do we do now? Panic? I probably would. Queen e6, was it? Or was it queen f5? Queen f5, yep. And now, of course, if knight e3, if the horse goes to knight e3, we've got queen f2 check, which is, and then we'll look after what we're going to do next move. And if knight e3, then it's curtains after queen f2 check, which I've already mentioned, and then rook h8 checkmate. So that will not do. So here we got f3 here, protecting the knight and attacking the other knight. And now what? This is where there's a wee hustle of moves. Knight c3, rook, queen a1, pinning the knight. All of a sudden, ow, this is pinning my knight, or this is pinning black's knight. Oh no, this is no good. Oh no, just joking. Queen c2. Okay, now if rook c1, then just rook c1. I mean rook e1, and that's check. And after rook e1, maybe f6 or something like that. I haven't looked at that. So here we got queen c2. Now came off a pair of rooks. So easy to find the next two moves. Now, this is the position where it's soon over, this game that was just played recently. So here, white makes a mistake. So first of all, can you find the mistake that white made, and can you find out why it's a mistake? Even the great grandmaster played the following move, which I will disclose to you shortly, is rook to c1, because the rook's attacked. What about rook d5? Oh, yeah. What about rook d5? In fact, I reckon if I turn the engine on, it'll play rook d5. That's exactly what I think. But here, white played rook c1. And so what happened next? Well, I'd say, why not rook c5, d5? I mean, isn't that better? Looks very good to me. Looks like it's still rook here to e, so this rook to e2 is quite good, and it's pretty damaging, but it's a bit better than what white played. So rook to c1. What happened next is queen c1 check and attack the queen, and Andrey resigned here because queen c1 and knight e2 is checkmate to the game. The game's over now. The game is completely over because we're just going to win the queen, or we've just won the queen. And that's the end of the session. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there was enough food for thought for you today. And I hope you enjoyed this session.